Gentlemen, it's your boy Nick from On the Full Market. We're going to talk today about a lot of these French cards. We got some new cards on the market. We have an award winner squad that has come out last night in FIFA Ultimate Team. It was always weird to me why it came out last night. You know, I was saying like, drop the content right after the World Cup because you got the UK up. You got to understand, man, the UK and people from Europe and all around the world are the main user base. It was so catered towards North American players last night. They dropped new players last night at midnight. Midnight UK time, so 7 p.m. here. Which is weird to me why I came out so late. But anyways, dudes, we got to talk today about a lot of these new cards because there's a lot of stuff and a lot of action, a lot of moving pieces going on in the market with some of these cards that I got to talk about with you guys. If you guys enjoy the video today, that helps you out, drop a thumbs up. Obviously, subscribe if you guys are new. I'm going to take you guys over to Flip It in a second because we got to talk about these new players just in terms of buy prices and then prices that I think are appropriate for them. Now, if you've got a PTG, you know, I got a notification yesterday on my phone that there was going to be a winner squad coming, which means that everybody was going to get boosted in the squad. So I sniped about 10 PTG Dembele is about 60K, about 10 PTG Lamar is about this price, 35K. It's about 100. Let's see, the boys about 150K, 130K, 115K. I think it's too low. I think it's going to go up. That's why I'm not selling it. And the trend has been that Sunday and Monday have been extremely low days on the market. It's just kind of been that way, where these days have been just days on the market where it doesn't seem like a lot of action is going on. Not a ton of people are buying. So I'm going to be holding on to my Dembeles and my Lamars for a little bit. And it's going to take me to my next point, which is we got to talk about Veron. Veron's pretty interesting. You know, I have a Veron somewhere listed on my trades list. Well, anyways, I sold one for $350 and I bought these Verons for $220, $250, $240, somewhere in there. It's an interesting one to me because I thought this card was going to be about $500 to $600K. So I'm shocked that it's at that price. So I waited about a little while and see if it rebounded. It did not rebound. So he has not jumped back up yet. I mean, he's rebounded a little bit, but not a ton. So I'm going to be looking at selling them. And then Giroud, 177K, didn't sell. Giroud's interesting. Giroud's dropping a little bit. I'm trying to get rid of him because I don't think it's worth that much. So let's get on to flipping and just talk about these new cards, kind of talking about what I like in them, what I don't like. Now, these cards are going to be in packs for a full week. It's interesting, right? Because I think you're losing a lot of people who are watching the World Cup. I think the excitement and the FIFA hype is just not there for some of these players. So I don't know, man. I don't really know how to feel. And it's tough for me to tell you guys to get on and buy. I'm looking at an Mbappe right now. I don't know if I should buy him. I'm thinking about it. You know, this Mbappe I want for my team. He's about 1.7 on Xbox. I don't know where he's been for the majority of time. It looks like he's been about 2.2 million, 1.8 million. So I might hop on that to buy him just because I feel like it's a good price. Where's the 95? The 95 is chilling at that. It's a pretty big upgrade. So I may end up buying him in this video. I think I'm gonna slap a bid just because I want to get him for my team. And you guys know how I roll. I want an Mbappe for my team. That's just kind of how I feel. And it's always sometimes the cheapest to buy a player within the first 24 hours of them being in packs. It always seems like a time to buy. But anyways, just talking about these cards, like Paul Pogba's extinct right now on Xbox. He's like 2 million on PS. You've got some crazy good cards in this team, like endgame, super elite, amazing cards. So I think realistically, man, I think a lot of people are right now in the process of, we just had an SBC that was an 86 rated or 85 rated, and it was sucking a lot of coins off the market. I think a lot of people decided to do a lot of those SBCs, and they actually went pretty broke. I don't think a lot of people have a lot of coins left. So I think what they're doing right now is they're scavenging around their clubs. They're trying to sell any cards they can to buy these players, and that's why I think we've seen some of the other team of the match day cards and things like that been going down a little bit. I think people are selling all their investments and everything else to get coins for these new players because they are so expensive. So we also have a Conte that's similar to the team of the year, which is quite interesting for me. I mean, this is something that I think is interesting. It's basically the same as the team of the year. I mean, the team of the year has a +2 shooting, a +2 dribbling, but 3 less passing and 1 less physical. It has its trade-offs with any card they do, and they don't like jumping the team of the year, so that's why they won't do it. Obviously, Veron looks like an endgame center back. I still think Veron is too cheap, and I'm not telling you guys to buy. I just feel like Veron is really cheap. Now, in terms of a buy time for this team, they're going to go out of packs next Sunday. I would say a buy time is probably going to be Honestly, guys, a buy time is probably going to be Thursday at Weekend League rewards. You guys are going to be able to flip them for the Weekend League. People will buy them, and they will go up on Friday. And I think you're going to want to buy these guys probably Sunday. I think that Sunday is going to be a buy time. I do think players like Veron, but not even Veron because he's got a PTG. I think players like maybe Umtiti, Pavard, that highest Mbappe, Paul Pogba, those kind of players are going to be buy times at that point. Now, I don't think Griezmann is worth the 1.2 million. I think this card's going to continue to drop. I just don't think it has the hype, and I don't think people actually care a lot about this card. It is getting really low right now. 1.1 is crazy low. So you're gonna have to keep your eye on that. That is getting really, really, really low. I just don't think he has the same demand that Mbappe or other players on this team have. Hugo Lloris, I don't think he's gonna be a great goalie. I just gotta be honest. I know his stats are good, but I just don't think he's good in Ultimate Team. Florence Dalvin, 215k. Fakir at 350. A lot of these French Ligue 1 players, I'm not going to be touching outside of Mbappe. I just don't think that they're great for investments. I don't think that their league is used. Mbappe is going to be totally used because Mbappe's super easy to get in terms of a hybrid and things like that. So I think Mbappe is definitely a card that is going to be a card that I think does well as an investment. I think you'll be able to get Mbappe sold pretty quickly and whenever you need to play with him. Lamar is about 129. It's interesting how they didn't change the PTG on Lamar to Atletico. He's still in the league, so I'm waiting on that to see if they're gonna change that. Rami, I'm not really looking at. Tolisso is pretty interesting. Tolisso has insane stats. His max price range is 150. I think if you could snipe a Tolisso, it's worthwhile. That's a very good card, and I think that's a value 220, 230. Ousmane Dembele seems pretty cheap to me. Mendy is a little low. I mean, I would expected Mendy to be a little higher. It's a beast card. He's 6 feet, a left back. He's got the medium-high work rates. Or it's high-medium, but he's still really good. Tall, good passing, good physical, good pace. So this card is really good. I'm actually very surprised that it's not a little bit more expensive. If we go to my transfer list, I just sold a Giroud and a Dembele. I'm listing my Ousmanes. I'm making good money, so that's why I'm listing my Ousmanes. I'm listing them at about 128. And they are selling. The thing with Ousmane that's weird is that he's got a wicked supply on the market, which I don't love. His supply on the market is crazy. I think we just sold a Veron too. It must be some dude buying all the French BTGs. So 347. You guys can see, man, I'm making like 100,000 coins a card. I sniped them when I got the notification yesterday. I'm super weirded out by Lamar right now. I mean, I just think it's freaking weird how... for me, it's super weird how he doesn't have that club change yet. But I guess it must be something. Maybe they're not doing it. Anyways, for me, I just listed it for open bid because I'm a donkey. 35k I bought him for. That's going to be close to 100k profit. And then a lot of these cards, like Ousmane and things like that, these cards for me right now are about anywhere from 60 to 80k profit. So I love that. So yeah, I mean that's basically the main thing with the French PTGs. I would say you could hold the French PTGs a little longer. And I'm looking at some of the newer cards in the market like Mbappe, Griezmann, Paul Pogba. A lot of these guys seem like they're getting a little low for the second day price. I know some people might be leaving Ultimate Team, and that could be a thing. But I still think that a lot of these cards are getting too low for my liking. I think that there's some money to be made in them. This kind of happened last week with Hazard. I think he was on the market for a little while, and then he ended up actually not being on the market anymore. That Griezmann is really low. We got to watch this Griezmann. We got a situation with Griezmann as well. 1.1 million is really low for Griezmann, and if that doesn't sell, and a lot of these guys start to go undercutting, that Griezmann's going to get really, 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 really low. So I would totally watch Griezmann as well. If you guys are guys on lower budgets, you guys are going to be able to be doing a lot of flipping with these newer cards. Mendy for me is low, man. I can't understand how he's so low. I mean, this card genuinely looks really good, and he's also pretty rare. A lot of these cards, especially the ones in the EPL that are French, they're going to rise out of packs. So we'll talk about when to physically... I would buy those guys. Buy them. I would buy them Sunday, the last day they're in packs. That's Sunday's usually a pretty good time with people selling weekend league teams. And then that's usually like the last supply of them. They're in packs on Sunday night. Squad Battle Rewards, I don't know if they're going to be in packs for that, but that's going to be something interesting. Guys, you got a lot of new banging cards here. I'm going to be using the Mbappe this weekend. Let me know in the comments down below if you plan on investing in any of them, or if you plan on investing in any of them, or if you plan on using any of them. Just let me know in the comments down below. I'm curious and I'm interested. Guys, appreciate you watching the video today. New French cards. Obviously, it's great, man, that they brought new cards. Footies on Wednesday. Video on my channel right now on Footies information. So if you guys want to go watch that, it'll be linked. Probably in 5 seconds, you'll see a link on the screen. It'll also be on my channel if you can't find the link. Guys, Thank you for watching. Love you, dudes. I'll see you guys in a video soon. Peace out.